Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are in Minecraft again today. We're going to be picking up where we left off on the command center, working on the block palette, working on filling out some of the shapes and the forms. I want to put a temporary floor at the top to kind of see what we're dealing with as far as the view and as far as the height of the ceilings and stuff go. And I want to make sure that we can build out the width and the thickness of some of the wings so that it doesn't look like a giant plus sign. I want it to look a little bit more like a proper building. So we can jump right in, really. There's not a whole lot to announce. There is, of course, a new episode of the Spawn Chunks that's been out since Monday. So hopefully you've listened to that. If you haven't, it's free. You can find it on Spotify, YouTube, your favorite podcasting app. It's pretty much everywhere. Pretty easy to find, too. MDocs, Mikatu, SweetSandi, good to see you. Val Blockhead, welcome back. Hope things are well. So, where were we? Where were we? It's over there. Over there. So there's the block palette that we've been sort of playing with. I'm still undecided about what blocks we're going to use in certain parts, but I like the overall color scheme. I feel like this is where I'm still deciding what to do, but I feel like we got pretty far with this yesterday. I quite like that. I think there's a lot of contrast there. I don't know about the iron. It's a little bit bright. We might want to go with something slightly different. It also might be better to have something darker there, but I don't want to get too dark with this. I want to make sure that there's some highlights. One of the things that I really liked about some of the art that I have, there's one other image that I didn't show yesterday. This is a really rough painting, but, oh, wait a minute. Is that not going to do it? Why is that not working now? That's annoying. It was working a minute ago. That's silly. Now it's working. All right. Technology. So, I don't necessarily like the shapes or the colors, but what I do like is the idea of this lighter shell over a darker inside. And so I want to have like a darker inside with like some lighter stuff over top. And I do feel myself pulled back towards white, which I don't necessarily love. But at the same time, I also don't want to be doing so much gray that it just feels like the castle and the keep from West Hill. So that's not really what I'm aiming for. So I think for the sake of something a little bit different, I want to get up there with some dirt, just because dirt is something we have a lot of, right? It's easy to remove, and we'll be able to then figure out kind of where we are as far as a floor goes. So the idea, I think, is to put the floor either, I don't think one block below the window would do very good, because then you can't really see over it. I think we have to put the floor in line with the window, and then maybe something along the bottom here, like a wall or something to go with the glass. So really maybe what we should do is also bring up some glass. I don't know whether we're going to use panes or whether we're going to use full blocks. I guess we could try clear too. And then I want, there's only so many different walls we can make. Diorite walls. They're not polished. Andesite walls might be the best way to go. Okay, so this is in the window space. And so all I want to do here is just fill this out. Remind me, folks, is Swift Sneak a enchantment that I can only find in the Deep Dark? Pretty sure that's where it is, right? Thanks, Dan. What did you miss yesterday? The palette? Is that what you're talking about? Don't know how far back I need to go. I feel like this is going to be still plenty of vertical space. Doesn't feel very crowded. Glass panes have a nice texture. Yeah, I've got a connected texture as well. Although, I don't know. Oh yeah, it's working so far. I don't like the little bits there. It's that, or we do full blocks. I'm leaning on the light blue. It's really going to be hard to tell until nighttime. And even then we'll have to put some lights up here. I guess I should put the thumbnail up. Nope, that's not working. Why did all this stuff just stop working? Once I do it manually in OBS, then there must have been an update to Streamlabs or something. I find it so frustrating that I've changed nothing since yesterday, and now Streamlabs just, the Stream Deck doesn't want to control OBS. Like, nothing's changed. It's the kind of thing where, like, I know what would probably fix it is restarting my Streamlabs software, but the problem is that when I do that, OBS crashes, and I don't know this until I'm live, and then now I can't restart because, of course, it'll crash the stream. So these are going to be really long hallways. All right, let's get some lights up here so we can see what these windows are going to look like. Plus, we now have a nice big area that we can land on when we fly up here. Yeah, I think the light blue feels better. I kind of like the full blocks. Or maybe we just do panes, like all 3 blocks instead of having the walls there. Maybe we do panes the whole way. What do we think, chat? Light blue? We could try other stuff too, but light blue is probably the way I want to go. Cyan just kind of feels... It's almost like the cyan disappears. Like you can still see the light blue against the clouds, whereas you can't see it. Yeah, light blue. Cool. Of course, one of the hardest dyes to make. Because we need blue. I'm going to have to get that villager trade thing happening sooner than later. Let's try the full panes across the front. The panes we do get a lot more, so that is nice. They are all unfortunately a pain in the butt to place. I don't know that you can see much difference. I feel like we're going to see less of the texture. There's something weird about glass panes when they render them with shaders. I think you can see the faces. I think I like the blocks a little bit better. We'll see what it looks like in the daytime. Started another 4-year build. Well, I don't know about 4 years, but I'm able to play a lot more than I used to. When I started Westhill, I was only streaming on weekends. So there's a good year or two of Westhill that was just a couple days a week. We do get a little bit more depth, of course, with the panes. And once I update my connected glass texture to work with these mods, then yeah, I think I like the panes. It's hard because you need to change the color of everything around it, right? Not going to be diorite. It's probably going to be cyan terracotta. I wonder, one thing I didn't look at, which I thought of earlier when I was organizing some stuff, in our orange color palette, I wonder if there's any room for copper. It would be on the dark side if we did. If we do anything, it would be that one, I think. Potentially that as an accent. Yeah, well, I don't know. That kind of works. Yeah, plain terracotta is pretty close to regular copper. So that's concrete, red sandstone, orange terracotta, and then plain regular terracotta, and then this is all waxed copper. That's just a block, I think, and then this is cut copper, and then this is chiseled copper. I don't remember the name of that one. Chiseled copper, yeah. Block of copper. The other one was cut copper, yeah. I don't have any resin, but yeah, resin would be super loud. Or rather, I don't have any resin blocks. Okay. So the thing I really want to sort out is think the part at which this gets a little bit thicker. I could also finish the underside of this. Yeah, let's do that. So that's cyan, tough, deep slate. Cyan, tough, deep slate, and then a couple of these. I think we might need more stone as well. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 5. Oh, right. I need to figure out what's happening there too. And this gets filled in. And then this one was moved, I think. Yeah. That looks about right. So it goes over by 2. And I need to bring more andesite too. Hello, Nadilla here. Welcome in. Site. I think I'm gonna use andesite. I don't know. I might change that. Wondering if deep slate might look better. Fortunately, I decided to work on the north face first, which is the one that gets the least amount of light. It's gonna be a little bit tricky. So it starts over 3 from the door. 5 or 5. Goes there. Right, so this needs to come down a bit. I need to take that all the way over. Yeah, there's something about the andesite I'm not entirely sure about. I also need to figure out what we're going to do for the road. I feel like this is going to need to be some sort of material. It might as well be andesite for now on the ground. Or I guess I could just do stone. Oh, right, there's a giant hole here. Let's just do stone. And I guess we could probably get rid of the diorite and create sort of another feel like it would end here. What I'll do is bury this just so I remember where it is. Where we need to find it again. Yeah, having that colored shift I think helps make it feel like an entrance. Still not crazy about this intersection. I think we have to have those be higher somehow. Or the same material. Too many color changes happening. It's a lot darker than I wanted it to be as well, so I'm not crazy about that. Where's my ladder? Oh. I think we're going to go with the black concrete here. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4. And move. Have I done this entirely wrong? The middle. Oh, that's got 6. More of that stuff. So I'm happy with the underside, at least for now, of the way that this is all coming together. Right, the 5th is underneath that. Boy, that's what I had wrong. I'm not sure how we're going to handle this section, the top part. That all looks right to me. Need to put the lights in. I guess I could just leave those there in case I need to change it. Yeah, working. Now we could eventually come in here with different materials. We can come in there with stairs or slabs to move that out or move it around a bit. But it's definitely missing some contrast with the bottom. We need some lights across here. And that's where I wish I had a little bit more room. We put some lights in there. It's not bad. I think it needs to be thick like that. It needs to be thick like that. What do we need to do? Frog lights? I wonder if there's something else we could put in there. Maybe like a copper bulb? Also just redstone lanterns. These feel a little medieval still. There's also end rods. And then anything we want to put in a shelf too. Makes a really unique noise. I didn't realize that. Unfortunately, the detail there is not what I'm looking for. I'm caught in the weeds here a little bit. I really not be putting this much effort into it, I don't think. End rods are not bad. Especially because I think we can probably hide half of it. Oh, it's in that space. So we put it back farther. That's end rod shaped, but a little bit smaller. I like the idea of the dash. Depending on what we make this out of, we could also have it be seamless so that you wouldn't see the slab. Be the right texture. Oh, that's neat. I like the slightly hidden hand rod. Guess I should maybe put this in though. Yeah, that's kind of fun. Definitely more subtle. Star Wars hangar vibes. Thanks. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. I'm going to remember this end rod inside the wall trick. I think that's going to be interesting to mess with. Well, minus the floating entity, which I did not want. I'm not sold on the andesite, but I like the idea of something across there like that. Yeah, I like how they a little bit of a parallax effect because we've put them back. Weird how they give a shadow in here though. So I like it. I just need to figure out. I want there to be some sort of other color. Like I feel like right now we've done a lot of like white track lighting, and even though those are orange, I feel like we need to have some bolder oranges down here. Maybe we can put those on these. I wonder if we need to continue that all the way along. It's nice. It feels a lot sturdier now. Cool. I feel like something needs to happen here. These shapes. I think we might actually move that window to be out farther. Yeah, like I feel like if we overlap this shape somewhere about here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come out from there. Let's see what that looks like. Two, 3, 4, 5. Starts to have that sand crawler from Star Wars vibe a little bit, which is fine. I don't mind that. Maybe we don't go straight out. Maybe we go in sections. Yeah, I feel like that could work. And then we'll move the window. Or we could have the window on an angle. Do that too. Yeah, I'm planning on having each section be the same. I'm not making them different each time. So that's why I'm just designing the one. Stream time is at an hour. Thanks, Sandy. Take that. I think we might have to put the blackstone out here somewhere. I don't really have a nether section. Maybe we can put it over here. All right, let's thank Hello Nadila here for the subscription. That's for 3 months in advance. Thank you ever so much. That's amazing. You can now jump in on the Discord with your subscription and join the Joel Duggan Discord. Disconnect your Discord and your Twitch accounts. Should be able to do that. It may take a few minutes, sometimes a half an hour, depending on how Twitch is being today. But you can now join the Discord. I need to take a short break, folks. If you are new to the channel, I do this once an hour. Gives me a chance to reheat the coffee. You can grab a snack, grab a friend. We're always trying to grow the channel, and I will be right back. Okay, so I think we got a decent amount on the door sorted out. I maybe want to put in a little extra, what is this, gray concrete? We'll grab some gray concrete and fill that in. I just want to try to get a feel for what this is going to look like as we come in and come out, because it's going to make me change how I approach the floor in the inside, I think, as well. SweetSandi gifted a tier 1 sub to Cat the Possum. Welcome in, Cat. Thanks very much, Sandy. I really appreciate the support. Cat, if you haven't already, you can connect your Discord and your Twitch and join us in the Joel Duggan Discord. Although you might be there already because that's an Earth Keystone badge. So you might have had the Water Keystone badge before. I didn't have a ceiling in here. I feel like we should do very concrete there as well. Kind of like seeing the lights. Maybe we'll just leave those. The back side of this is going to look really weird with all the little placeholder diorite blocks floating around. And then what did I put around the door out here? I think it's just more concrete. Oh, we're out of concrete. That'll do it. Make some more. Oh, you can't figure out your Discord password? That's a pain. It's always tricky. Trying to connect apps when you can't remember the passwords. I put it back? Hey, Ginger the Lily, how's it going? Yeah, I feel like I like that kind of contrast working. It's a little dark as you go through the door. We might have to have lights on this side as well. That's cyan. I just seem to be running through material so quickly. I'd imagine this is going to be something that happens a lot as we're working on this. And I'm only working on a small section right now. Oh, I kind of liked it when it had cover on it. Yeah, I like the layers that you see. That's good. So at this point, I guess it would open up. I like the idea of having something on the side there. Maybe that's where we can put that orange. I'm not sure what color I would want to make this. I guess we could try the white concrete. Now, somebody yesterday mentioned putting an anvil somewhere. Yeah, that doesn't look like a light. Exactly. That kind of dulls it. I do wish we had light blocks in Minecraft that would connect. Light in the ground and anvil above it, I think. Well, that wouldn't do anything but show you the top of the anvil. Obviously, we don't want to see the frog light. All right, I'll leave this here for now. It might throw on me. I know, it just feels like a weird hole in the wall. Yeah, I mean, either one work. It just depends on what I want to do. We could also try a lighter color. I don't know whether yellow terracotta would work. Yellow concrete is also very bright. But I feel like yellow terracotta might read as orange-ish. Oh, the terracotta is a hard no. We could use the yellow, though, in certain places. We'll add that maybe as like an accent color. I mean, we could do cool stuff like... It would make it feel very terrestrial. It wouldn't feel very alien. It would feel very human-like if we had stuff like this. Or like, caution, giant door. Where did the bat come from? Yeah. All right, well, let's grab some more diorite and try to fill out a little bit more of the upper structure. Got diorite. Got andesite. Don't need the slabs at the stairs right now. Oh wait, I didn't finish putting slabs up front. I don't think, anyway. Thanks for the lurk. Or the unlurk, I guess I should say. Yeah, I decided to put these here. And I think I need to put the oh no, I did the shells. I definitely needed that light piece along here. Not entirely sold on the shelves or the color of this. I feel like that has to be, we might have to make that white. This might have to be brighter to contrast better with this. I feel like these start to feel like they're the same shape when I want there to be a clear separation between this section here and the bottom section here. This might end up being one of those situations where we actually use diorite on purpose. All right, let's add some verticality here to where I added some depth. I feel like this is going to be okay. I may actually want that to feel a little bit more gradual. You like those things? What things? The markings on the ground? The caution details? I think that needs to happen again. So I'm taking this and I'm making it a little bit wider. Doing it kind of here. If I do it one more time, but I do it fatter, and that could work maybe. What do we've got left here? We've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe we'll start out here again. That was right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, 11. And then here, maybe we can go out. I want to go steeper. Yeah, probably. We went out by 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Honestly, that might be where we start the angle. Not a bad idea. And then back here, maybe we'll have this change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little bit less of a plus sign. I might have to push this farther forward. It may be better to have that closer to the back of the window, but we can play with that. I think that would give us a little bit more room to play with on that panel. This is going to have a little bit more detail. Two, 3, 4, 5. That looks about right to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Yeah. And that'll give us more room in the center at the top. More diorite required. For those of you in the chat that don't like it when I jump off of stuff, you're in for a long design journey with this build, I think. Draconics, hello, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. It's about here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's right. Yep. Blue Crow, hello. So hopefully this will help me and everybody else watching see the mass of how I want to add to the corner here. Start to make sense as a shape a little bit more. And then we can have other details coming off the back of that. I do need to figure out more about this side panel though. Yeah, I feel like this might be too short. I feel like this needs to come up further. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 in between there. So this is right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If I was to move that forward, to move it forward in increments of 2. Yeah, maybe 4 blocks forward. Oh, wait a minute. We might not have 4 blocks forward. I would put it here. That might look okay. I do feel like the image does have something from being a very long straight line in certain places. It might be worth maintaining that as best we can. Yeah, I think I'll leave it now that I double check that. One thing I would like to do though is potentially move that window. You know what? Let's use Happy Gas for that. Now we'll get rid of this part back here so it's not so distracting. Oop. I think that makes sense. We may move the window up or down. I don't know. Probably keep it there. And this is what I say, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, no, wait. There's supposed to be a block there. Cool. Now, if I was to grab a different color, I guess I could just use gray for now. Oh, for Pete's sake. I just want to get on the happy gas. That's all. Thanks, Sandy. Good luck with everything. Hope Elvis is all right, all things considered. Let's go down 3 blocks from here. I hope we have enough room. So we go 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does anybody know of a data pack that changes the controls for the happy gas? I don't think we're going to have enough room to do two numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it'll have to be just the 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if I love that. I think I might have to change that to work. We do 4, maybe. Man, this happy gas thing sliding around is infuriating. Like, just point in the direction I want you to point and stop it. So annoying. Like it screws it, it changes direction every time I move it. It wasn't doing this before. If there ever was a temptation to just get off the happy gas, switch into creative mode, and finish something, it is happening right now. And of course I'm out of material. Great. Yeah, we're not going to be using that as often as I think. I don't even remember what I was using. Terracotta, probably. Crap. Silvery, hello. Warmbow, you need a mod to control the happy gas? That's fine. We've got mods on the server. I don't mind that at all. Not in love with it, but we might want to squish it a little bit. That might be a little bit tall. But that does give me a border for the back of the details and the paneling I wanted to do. One, two. I would stop probably here. Something like that. And I don't know if tough is going to be the texture we're using in this particular situation, but again, it's one of the things where I'm using the block because it's easy to remove if we need to. You can sort of see the edge of that panel. Make a triangle there and make that top part there. Got the andesite on me, might as well just try to fill it in. I think that's it. Whoops. Whoops. That was part of the old window, maybe? I think I ran out of tough. You can sort of see the design. I'm not a big fan of what's going on out here. I think we have to maybe make that a little bit more chunky, a little bit more Minecraft friendly. We can sort of see how things are coming together. I'm really tempted to just fill some of the stuff in, even though I know I'm going to have to change it when I decide on the block texture later. You know, I think I might like the thinner window. We might have to make the window only 2 blocks tall. There's something about the thinner window that looks a little bit more like the concept. You know, I don't mind the diorite, which is such a weird thing. Now, what did I want to do over here? I wanted to just take that little tip off of it, maybe. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. I'd like to have some lights in here too somehow. We do know how to do that really well now with the inset end rods. Don't have a lot of end rods though. We'll have to start a purper farm, I guess. That's actually a really good thing to add to the book. Chorus. So maybe we'll make our own blaze farm here as well. We've got one on the server, but could be worth it to do one here too. I need to take a short break, folks. If you are new to the channel, I do this once an hour. Grab a snack, grab a friend, let them know that we're streaming. We're always trying to grow the channel. I'll be right back. I think this might be the first time it's rained on the server today. Minus before I started streaming. I think that's some decent just spatial paneling progress there. I think I'm going to finish that up. I also want to take a look and see what we can do along here, because I think as far as the reference goes, it looks like it's pretty flat under there. There might be some detail work, but the actual structure is pretty flat, but I'm not sure what color that's going to be. I don't know if we should make it diorite or whether we should do something else. Andesite might be a good way to go. I have more andesite kicking around if I need it. The reference prick is from an artist named Ahmed Hani. H-A-N-Y. It's from artstation.com. Thanks for the lurk, Nadila. Appreciate it. I hope I'm saying your name right. So what I need to do is figure out whether this is going to be entirely flat or whether it's going to go up by a little bit. It's probably going to go up by a level. I'm not sure how far back. 2, 3, 4, probably 5. Or 3. Need more diorite too. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll go 5. Guess we'll just stop here. It doesn't feel the right length. Oh, I didn't see that Cosmic came online. Rosters, hello. Thanks very much. 6 months. I really appreciate the Prime sub. Thank you. So this is where the map I find comes really handy. Try to figure out what would be the best. Yeah, I guess I can go back at a diagonal here. Start here. Feels about right. We may push this forward a little bit at some point. Where did I start that from? Two, 3, 5. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So andesite seems to be a really good kind of shiny metal texture for this context. So I'm going to continue to do this. Plus, again, it's one of those blocks that I have a lot of. And if I need to remove it, it's very easy to remove. So the beacon's around, we can insta-mine it. It's a pretty dull shape. I feel like we're gonna have to do some major sculpting here, but I think we'll get there. I really like the idea of having some more bold colors and stuff. And this is where the white might come in. And we really only have to go as far as that, which is nice. Nice. Okay, so that's got a platform to it, and we can take these and bring them down there. We even have some overlapping shapes here. And then we could even have more things happening in the corners here in different shapes. And if you look at the concept in this section here, there's a lot of kind of detail and overlapping stuff happening. So we can kind of come up with some unique ideas. What I like working from sketches so much is that there's no kind of concrete shapes, right? So you're kind of left to interpret the scribbles as whatever, which is good. But I also like this. Like, I also like this kind of overlapping stacked shapes. So a really good example actually would be in here. There's an opportunity. We could do some space in here and then maybe have some lights. Or even just darker, like a dark concrete. Lurking while both working and hardly working. Hey, that's the way to do it. Thanks, Cosmic. Oh, went the wrong way. If we build this out a little bit, this is kind of a happy accident. I hadn't really intended on this, but by pulling this section down, I've left these 3 holes. I kind of wonder whether we could put something cool back there. Still keep it viewable. don't know whether this is going to work or not, but it could be kind of fun. Getting a little impatient with wanting more neon and lights and cool stuff. I feel like I'm just building with a lot of gray. Doesn't quite have the same effect that I want. It looks cool from the side, and it'll look cool from the other side. I know, maybe this is a spot where we have to put in some color. I don't know about the frog lights, but the blue's not bad. And that needs to be lit up somehow. Every time I see that comparator, it looks like a spider. It's like, I know that there's nothing that can spawn here, so it's weird. Are you using shulker box labels on the shulkers? Yes, I think that's the name of it. Yep, shulker box labels. It's the newest version, actually. Got 1, 2, 3, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd like to move that over. I think what I'm going to try to do is create something a little bit more interesting. Very concrete. What did I use out here? I guess I used the tough. Don't really want to do that again. Oh, Horina? I think I'm saying that right. No, totally, good question. Cosmic just used the command just to make sure that you get a link to it as well. I wanted to check it out. That's all. Maybe we can try it here. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 15 there. So 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the middle. One, two, three, 4 there. And 1, 2, 3, 4 there. I want this to have some sort of clamp feel to it. For that, I think we have to go up over the top. And I don't know what blocks to use. We'll go white for now. That doesn't look all that good. I may have to lower this. Hey Ben, how's it going? Yep, just continuing from yesterday, trying to experiment with some panels and messing around with the glass color and stuff like that. Because I don't do anything in creative mode, I have to experiment a bit. And the nice thing is we've got like several opportunities. So fun tip that I've shared before about building in survival is that when you're building something symmetrical, so something that's going to be the exact same on all four wings, right? Then you can kind of experiment with how it looks here. And if it looks good, then you can keep it. But if you want to try something else, you can try something else over here, and then you can compare them and decide which one you want. And I'm just using blocks that are very easy to remove if I like the shapes. So I haven't really decided on a block palette yet, at least not a final one, but we've sort of added in some shapes and stuff. And the other thing that we did at the start was more work around here with like lighting accents and some shapes and stuff, which I don't dislike them, but it's not the vibe that I want. There's something about this. There's something about the shape that I don't like. I feel like I may have to go. We've got this nice angle going on here and this nice angle going on here. And in the concept art, I think I just interpreted this curve and took it literally. And I'm kind of wondering now whether it would be better for us to have things on an angle. So I wanted to have this come out and go into like some sort of foot that looks like it clamps under the ground. But I'm wondering now if I can do this at an angle. If I was to come down from there, this was lower. Like that. And then from here, we mimic the same angle that we have up top. That will take us forever to get down to the ground. But it changed the angle. I think this has to be wider. This will end up sticking out more, but it'll end up looking cooler. I think. One, two, three, four, five. I mean, obviously, we're going to need to change the materials. Don't know about the sides. Yeah, that's a bit better. That age-old problem in Minecraft where something that's 1 meter thick is just too thick, but then having it flush doesn't work either. Yeah, I don't know. Certainly a lot more to fly around. I had that problem with the statue recently. Yeah, depending on the scale of the statue, you definitely run into that 1 meter block chunky problem. There's going to be a lot of trial and error, I think. Yes. So I thought I was trying to make it at an angle, and it ends up looking round again because of the scale. I think in order to make it look like an angle, I'd have to continue that 2x1 all the way down. Not entirely sure I like that. What we may end up needing to do is just have a triple, like a 3-high border around the whole thing. So something like here. Maybe that's the footprint that it needs. We could also have that be something we step back, although it's already not super wide up there. It's so nice not to have to light up stuff inside. We can start to see how the pattern evolves a little bit. I'm trying to not get carried away too. If you start going around the corner and start working on the other side, then you're just taking a design that you're not sure about and pushing it on further down into the other sections, and I don't want to do that either. But the stripe look kind of looks okay. Yeah, you can start to see how changing materials just starts to help things a little bit. There's a good look at some of the shape design. So I'm kind of wondering, like, why would there be a gap here, you know? And how would this connect, and what would make it look more realistic? I kind of just feel like these would get much bigger. So rather than having this here, maybe we just make this beefier. And a different color. The white would blend in better. The white shelves, pale oak shelves, would blend in better. This feels good, but it feels very dark. I feel like I'm constantly battling between how light or dark I want to make this build. Tying the andesite together works well. I don't know what to do about that. Like, that's just stone, and obviously that's not what's going to stay. We would probably make it whatever material this ends up being. And that has to get thicker as well. All right, let's do a little bit more measuring because I want to see where the other floors might be. And I'm not sure what we're going to do for the decorations up top. Grab some dirt. All right. Where am I going? Try to figure out where the ceiling might be. I'd like to add in some depth to the walls. Probably about there. That's what I need to think about. And I might need some more scaffolding. This is where I would want to put some of the storage. I think just my manual storage. Goes out even farther. Should have brought a bed up here. I'll do that next time. I think I've got one over here. Yep. I don't know why I don't think about going forward when I do this kind of stuff. I'm always going backwards. Nice to not have to worry about lava. No, totally. I mean, technically, I guess if I was low enough health, I could die, but got the elytra on. It's not really a big concern. All right, so there's the middle. Kind of in the realm of where this would have a second floor. So if I was to look at this underneath here, we want to give ourselves a decent amount in the floor and a decent amount in the ceiling for depth. And given how this is also getting taller here, I mean, we've got right now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but that's not top. I want to give at least a couple of blocks of depth. So I think 5 is plenty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think I need a higher ceiling than that. I think that's fine. And the ceiling can get a little bit higher as we get closer to the middle too, because there'll be other sections. Those don't line up. To double check that. So we've got an absolute ton of space. I feel like we could have probably 5 blocks in between the floors, just in case I want to do some sort of cool design in the ceiling or whatever. I'd also have to think about having depth in the floor. So if I was to go down here, and think about this as terms of internal space, probably want to go up 5 blocks. So let's bring this across. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go back this way. There's our other floor here. Potentially. That would mean the ceiling of this space could potentially be that block, and the floor of the next section could be there. And then if I came down 5 from the top, that's actually not a ton. I mean, it's a nice big space, but it's not like enormous. Go down. And then, so that's 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay, scaffolding. That was just to come up with the corner here. So then this space would be another floor, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We might want to adjust that up and down a little bit. I'd probably make that 11 or 13. Did you decide against the habit gas for this build? I still use it from time to time when I know it's going to be a pain in the butt to navigate around stuff, but I really dislike the controls. I think it's not a very good design. I find it swims a lot when you're trying to place blocks, and it also the fact that it slowly changes your direction and in terms of like how you're aiming, just it's really frustrating. This is a lot of space. So we'd want to have, if the only window is going to be out here, when we get into here, we can absolutely have like a decent amount of depth here. So the inside shape doesn't have to mimic the outside shape. My idea is along this wall on the inside is where I want to have my shulker boxes in a couple different spots. So just to kind of keep it interesting and cool. I don't know if that's going to look good. We might want to do that. I also don't know if we need that because, my gosh, we've got 4 of these things. So it might be better to have the shulkers down there and then decorate this to be something else entirely. I don't know. This top floor is probably not going to be used for much. It's probably going to be mostly for show, but we can absolutely put things inside of here. Like, you know, one of these wings could be, can I fit all of the dive farms inside of here? But then the problem is, like, do I want to do that, or do I want to put it in another building, right? Like, if I put everything in here, then what am I going to put in the other buildings I want to build around here? So that's a tough decision too. Yeah, I've got towers in the middle of the X too. Yeah, so the central part, I also have to remember that there needs to be infrastructure for getting up and down, and so that could end up taking up a lot of this space. One of the things that I was thinking of would be putting elevators in these like corners and these angled parts, because building in angles is really a pain in Minecraft, especially in interiors. So having like this section here be up and down elevators could be cool. But you can sort of see the space we're dealing with. And I wouldn't have it go all the way out here. Like this angled section is probably going to be hollow. The edge of the space would be like this kind of box. Like right, this kind of box here would be about where we would put things. And funny enough, I didn't plan that, but that number is almost centered on that floor, which is kind of cool. So we can mess with that. I don't think these corners are going to stay. I feel like we're going to see more of this on the inside, if I was to guess. Like if I was to just to mimic that angle. Probably just pull it down from above. Yeah. So even just that change in the framing makes the inside space feel different, right? So you can sort of see how the corridor coming in from the main entrance could stop here. Right? So you get that space taking shape. And then that changes again. That means that this room is not that deep, right? It is probably only going to start there. And then in this section, this is where the elevators would be, I guess. I feel like, there's a cool way to do elevators with, is it honey blocks? Where like you can go up and down because the honey blocks have got a different hitbox on them. If I remember this correctly. All right, you can't jump on those. But then if you put a water column back here, I think this works. Honey evaders? Slide on the way down and then the bubble column takes you on the way up. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Right, so because your hitbox, the hitbox of the honey block is small, right? You actually go up with the power. But then if you're going down, you can just run it this way and slide down. Hold on. You miss, you go the wrong direction. That way I don't have to have two different elevators. I think I saw Exumavoid do that in Hermitcraft for the first time. And plus we could then light them really fun so we can grab some frog lights. Like the energy elevator. The trick, of course, is that it has to be hollow in there. And I guess if you're using that side of the honey block, then you could potentially put something else on the honey block too. I don't know about trapdoors, but we could do something. No, no. I ruined my redstone. Well, ruined. One piece. One piece. I mean, that doesn't look the best, but... yeah, that's very functional. Especially if we added it so it looked like it had some sort of, I don't know. Not ribs, but like had a pattern to it. Look more structural. What could I put there? Like if we made it look more like a conduit, I think that could be cool. And that might determine the height of our floors. Multiples of 5 or multiples of 3 or whatever. Yeah, I like the frog lights behind there. That's cool. We could also do glass if we wanted to have even more transparency. Really make it look like it's part of the structure. Copper may also look more industrial. Anyway, fun to mess around with stuff like that when the ideas strike. Yes, thanks very much, Sandy. Nothing there. Getting an ice farm would be cool too. Maybe we should do that. Let's save on creating elevators. Although kelp is pretty effective. All right, folks, I need to wrap things up, so I will send you along to somebody else playing Minecraft if I can. We did a decent amount of progress. I feel like we've started to sort out the overall shape, and it is starting to look like a tank. I don't know if I like these like repeating tread looking like patterns. I want to maybe change that into something more like an angle. I wonder if this would look okay if this came out quite a far distance and kind of like had like a clamp or something that looked like it go to the ground. The alternative would be, instead of having something here that I could make thicker, I could change the ground to make it look like like it digs into the ground. That could be more interesting as well. Make it look like a buried support, you know, like a concrete or buried support there. That could be more fun. So I'll have to take a look and see what I can do there. I just don't want it to come out too far. But anyway, let's just see who's live. Bring up my other window here. I'm going to send you along too. I've got a bunch of people. Let's send you along to Pearlescent Moon, who is playing Minecraft. Veinbound Minecraft map with E. Or we've got Hermitcraft Impulse. Votes in chat. Quick. Let me know who you want to go to. We've rated Pearl quite a bit. We can also rate Impulse. We are going to be back tomorrow. We'll be back at 9 o'clock Atlantic. That is UTC minus 4 hours. We will be probably picking up where we left off. I want to try to spice things up a bit. Maybe I'll try something else like making a farm, or I'll do some other plan around the island or something to try to figure out what's going on. I feel like once we get a block palette sorted, things will start to come together a lot faster. So that's the plan. I really appreciate everybody being here. Thanks for the support today with the subscriptions and the Prime subscriptions. And I will, of course, point you towards the Spawn Chunks podcast and the Citadel Cafe podcasts. They have new episodes out right now, so you can go check those out on your favorite podcasting app on YouTube or on Spotify. So I will see you all tomorrow. In the meantime, do check out the Patreon page. It's where you can support the channel and join the Discord. I will see you then. Bye for now.